If you read the title and think I'm exaggerating for views, you're wrong because this does happen. Beating someone's deck that costs hundreds of dollars with your pre-built out of the factory deck is one of the funniest things in the world. At first it's super awkward as you either look disappointed and quickly leave or start cursing under their breath or out loud about how your deck is stupid and overpowered. Afterwards, you get to just laugh with your friends at the idiot who spent way too much money on this game. Do you want to experience this? Let me show you how with the Mordred Recollection deck. This deck is all about constantly attacking an opponent and using allies or support pieces to accomplish this. Flawless Spirit of Mordred is not only your spirit, but also your Divine Relic. What's a Divine Relic? You can only have one Divine Relic in your deck because of how powerful they are. Which Divine Relics are the best ones? The ones that bring themselves out for free, just like Flawless Spirit of Mordred here. Draw 7 cards, then Glimpse 4. Glimpse lets you change the order of what you're drawing and put whatever you don't want at the bottom of your deck. Get early Floating Memory to level up and place Dungeon Guide when you can play her to get from level 2 to level 3. Some people don't like the fact that Flawless Spirit of Mordred doesn't give actual card advantage, but those people don't see the bigger picture. Mordred doesn't want to have a drawn out game. He wants to slash people in the face and end it quickly. This is why this channel's never made a joke at Siladar's expense or criticized Grand Archive, because Weaves of the Shore knows what they're doing. Mordred level 1 is locked into leveling up from Flawless Spirit of Mordred, which isn't a big deal but something to be aware of. When you level up, you can banish a top card of your deck, and if it's an attack card, you can banish it. But you get to activate it that turn from banishment. What's that mean? You break even from leveling up because you lost a card to level up, but potentially gain a +1 if you trigger his ability. His other effect is Mordred Inherited, meaning if you level up into other forms of Mordred, they all get the same effect. The first attack card costs 2 less to activate the turn you level up. So what attack card should you be using? Savage Slash gives you float to level into level 2, and if you set the Glimpse properly, it can be used for free! Invigorated Slash will do 4 damage for free! Sudden Steel might also be worth considering, since when Mordred levels into level 2, this card would cost 2, because of Mordred level 1's inherited effect, and this card's efficiency ability. Mordred level 2 can level up from any level 1 champion, so if you want to experiment with other elements or divine relics, you can still do that. His primary effect makes all attack cards in your grave have floating memory. Those of you who are new to the game might think that this is just to get to level 3, but another better option might be Azure Blade. Banishing 3 float turns this into a 7 attack power blade. Considering all the attacking you've probably been doing to this point, that might be good enough just to finish things off without even combining it with another attack card. If you aren't confident in the sword sticking around, Mordred has 2 level 3s. Mordred, Fated Luminary, can level up into his other level 3, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. Attack cards have floating memory and can be used from the graveyard as long as you pay their cost. Mordred Arlean Regent's first attack is +3, as long as you can attack, and each time he hits on the turn you level him up, he recovers 3. So, combining him with cards that keep him standing while attacking can heal for a lot. Considering he's only good for 1 turn, it's a good thing you can use Luxem cards to de-level him, in case it isn't obvious the 2 level 3s are meant to loop. Even if an opponent banishes your graveyard, mathematically you only need 1 float to break even when his level 3 levels into his other level 3. Being able to cycle your useless cards from relevant ones should never be underrated. What are the allies you want to run? Frostworn Paladin will act as an attacker or a wall. Obviously she has synergy with Mordred level 2 and his normal level 3, since they turn attack cards into float so that she can banish for her effect. Gild's Fairy form does the same job, but considering you're potentially running some Luminous Slashes, you might want to watch how many advanced element cards you have in the deck. Snow Fairy isn't just about pinning down opponent's strong attackers, she can also get rid of defensive walls protecting your opponent too. Dungeon Guide is best used to go from Mordred level 3 to his other level 3 for an instant cycle and attack card power boost. Other cards to consider for your material deck are Poison Coating Oil if you're running a lot of the Fairy type allies. Giving an ally +2 attack puts pressure on the opponent and can end the game quickly. Drawn Blade lets you draw a card, and if it's late in the game, it can be for free! Sword of Seeking can be used by your spirit even if it doesn't get the class bonus to help finish off annoying allies. I try not to spend too much time on obvious cards to include, but Enfeebling Orb gets rid of an opponent's resources for a turn, which you can really need. Main deck cards to consider adding. Song of Frost completely ends an attack and any opponent cards that were combined with it. But if you're running swords, Deflecting Edge can be used at no cost. It doesn't stop as much damage, but in a deck spamming attack cards, having a 0 cost counter can sometimes work. Regulus Blitz is an attack card that can not only be used to prevent an opponent from countering you after it resolves, but can help Mordred get the finishing blow off against an opponent. That being said, Grand Archive's a game all about interaction, so consider putting in some Frostbind so the opponent doesn't get to do whatever they want on their turn. Lastly, if you decide to go for heavy allies, Inspiring Call can make a field full of your stealth allies actually threatening, and considering how Mordred loves attacking, you're pretty much guaranteeing that you're going to get that low cost trigger. The fact it replaces itself makes the card free. Before finishing up this review, I want to point out my review of the Pantheon decks. If you're looking to get in the Grand Archive, watching those will help you compare which of these decks you should pick up and which you shouldn't. The Mordred deck is so good, there's no reason to look at any other deck when you're starting out. People were calling me out for calling the Slime deck mid, but I hope that Mordred shows you people I was actually right. Even if Mordred falls short, which I don't think it will, the fact you're getting the Water Engine and 4 dungeon guides makes this completely justified. Let me know in the comments what you want me to talk about next. Do you want me to talk about how I think this deck might have fixed a bunch of problems, or if it did? Let me know.